And the unit was shokereria kenlive.co.ke na wagorikania twina Evangeline Mukami kuma kuria mwena wa Ebu no ndagikara Ebu tukathi kumucaria Ebu town kiragia tireha nyendere ifuku ni egotwira kuretwo nguruta ifuku riri yaku kuma riria okire ni ngothiaga ngathi uguo na he mwanake witagwo wa rutere niguo naga kirithomaga smile na he kaundu tegotwirite na nie ni ndakona ifuku-ini na ni nguria my mother in the page 76 I think no ifuku riri Scars of a Survivor. My mother takes on Changa Brewing. My mother oriko
ni my mom gwitomo shere as we grew up my grandfather nia rugaga karofu ile gadhuri and ilikuwa inafichwa kwa kahawa so and would sneak there and taste ama anatutuma tunaenda
kirathi kiriko hidia
very young huku ma 5 years go and for me because I have done now counseling and mental health and addiction I know that is where my brother started because kuwekedo twetaga the X factor.
Yes. If
your family alcoholism can be heredited genetically. If you have the X factor, the day oka tastes joy hoguo, you're hooked. So even today my brother struggles and for me I see it's that way. Kwanza him was named after my grandfather. Those stories but at some point when maisha ilikuwa ngumu even my mother walianza kuruga hau makedia thigari goka saa zingine wamekasirika wajatoa nini hizo nyungu zina you know at times because our house was small shejagirwa huku kwa viti chini you know hata they would chimbia them kwa shamba na pia kwa nyumba
borithi ni marimoka magukora makuria kwina guku ni kuri
ni ona nini dato mago gari nao because you see me I am a bold character kutoka kitambo and that's why even ukiona my mother akienda my father would say enda umchukue because me I will negotiate I will go and talk I will deliver the message but saa zingine unaenda haijafika ukahorwo ne digari ukifika kwa nyumba walevi pia wanataka kukushika you know it was that's why I'm saying poverty also inaitanga some of these things you know like child abuse.
Yes.
When your mother goes mwatigirwo
arefia yake na na ke
when like now as we grew up around men my father had were they 9 brothers no when my parents are not there who are we with
the uncles
my uncle will do discos every end month tueko disco because hatuna wazazi sisi tuna sasa we are parenting ourselves
nigenyu mu family business suspects of all bad things as a home that sold illicit brew we got a bad reputation on that line andu mamuonare taru ne kuri micii ni njui no gwokire ciana cia rimu ciana cia mapasta cia ndo na kwanyu ko ruga gwacanga how did this affect your growth as a child
either na tutiari na reto guy do you know even I tell people even the poor call us poor ona modeni because kwenu sasa imezidi because you remember like December nyumba yetu ilikuwa ya matope so ni kusmia na cow dung ne ure tutire ng'ombe
ko ginya kile no kuhoya no ya theni kweli Yamai ng'ombe rorua
na tunanyimwa neighbor anasema hata mimi nataka kutengeneza yangu kesho toka inokogwo so in the because of this poverty and a lot of things now are coming out you know one time I remember our house that literally didn't have much polisi walikuja wakagonga mlango wakaransack ati sisi their shop was iliibiwa ati vitu zikaletwa kwe, we were the suspects. And baba yangu akabebwa. So those were incidences that if the community, alafu kukakuwa pia na siasa zijui za factory, wakaiba kahawa wakaleta kwa majani chai ya my grandmother. My dad went in
again.
You know, yes, because of these politics the village. And that's why for me I say guy gotire kindu kioruta poverty.
Kethome hando andikite atiriri. Children were told that if they did associate with us, we would teach them the bad manners we were used to at the end that we called home. Others told their children to distance themselves from us because we could influence them into taking alcohol. For that, it was what we knew best. The few friends we once had were nowhere. Whenever anything got lost, we were the first suspects. Did you ever get a boyfriend back in the village?
Oh,
hey.
Oruteko. Oh.
Kwa muisi.
And what do you have to show? Ata utamleta wapi, as in where?
So na gotire mundu unge mukurita kumenya nyu muri oru muri ici.
Yeah, and there is nothing that can come out of this family. Yeah. Actually now this is the time now people look actually when it was my was it my sister's rurasho? It was my rurash. During my rurasho, this is the time I asked Aya. People can come to this house. Even unasikia mamangu anakuambia sijui yako na bibi ya senator. Those were not things, stories.
Story ka narrative nega cenjirie.
My mother came from a very stable family, but I can assure you my uncles, apart from wawili tu, the rest I not that hata mimi ninaendanga kwa watu, but you see there is how for me my sister will not languish in poverty gionaga kogo inakuwa. But sasa you see now also in Embu there is a cassette up the rich marry the rich.
Yes.
There is no way I would have, and even for me I was not even looking for a boyfriend. And the worst thing, even when I went to campus, mimi ogiajerire umete Embu. Me there is not I had already seen how Embu men behave. So there was no discussion about me going back to Embu.
Okay. Now, na wauma gicagi na woka Nairobi. We we kwanyu kwena thina na maundu maria makiriku. I'm sure that she, even judging from how we talk now, we can tell the story ngacenjirie.
The story has changed.
My only question is, do you carry bitterness? Na andu acio mamukua mutiri kindu. No iguaga rimwe taru nemwe okay gwitu gutiakere uguo. No rimwe nie ni thia na gikari uguo. Gacamania na mundu ngauga no nyende anyone. Ni wikoraga uguo ni uri kaundu kau ka revenge kau thiini waku kaigua. No nyende andu amanya.
Actually for me what I have done is to uplift people in my community.
Okay.
By talking to them, wasome giving sanitary towels to the primary school I went to.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so for
good.
me, because even me, I don't think it's because I deserve it or, you know, someone lifted me. I didn't tell you, when I came to Nairobi, ile kazi ningefanya at that point ilikuwa house girl. So that's where I started my life, doing odd jobs. Mimi nimekuwa makanga, hata ukisoma kwa kitabu yangu. I have done all odd jobs.
Urenda kujia no daisi ogenegera matatu ni uramehura mbaru.
My friend.
Yeah?
Hey.
Yeah?
Dai hora, and I was the best out. Of course, kathomo ni gateithagia. That time I was in campus.
No, imagine ukuitwo ni ngari na ikaga ithako. Yeah?
So, and that's why for me, I'm also passionate about house girl.
Yes.
Because it's a stepping stone to many things.
Yes, sure.
And today when you look, me, I'm not, for me, I say your circumstance today does not define you tomorrow.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So for me, even when I went to work in that house, and I have done a lot of odd jobs, kuoshea watu manguo, kwenda Gikomba, you know, I have done, actually when I landed in Nairobi, I knew I'm going to make it. There was no two way about it.
Because
alafu I saw a lot of opportunities. Mtu akienda hapo unauziwa mahindi kwetu ni 5 bob, unauziwa 50 bob. I'm thinking this Nairobi, I just have to make it or make it.
So what was your breaking point?
When I went to campus, this was my breaking point. because now I found one, nedagia freedom, two, nedagia help ni guteithia my parents to pay for my siblings mushie. Then I got to do business in campus. I was the richest girl ever. I had money, like, now money stopped even becoming a problem. And I think God also has given me these I see opportunities.
Yes.
One time I sat and said, what do people eat here in campus? I realized they eat a lot of eggs. So we're having a conversation with my colleague, fellow student. Nikamwambia mimi nitaanzisha biashara ya mayai, but I am new in Nairobi. This area, I was in Kikuyu campus, Nairobi University, Kikuyu campus. Akaniambia my auntie akoragwa Wagige market. Niga gutwara on Wednesday, muthie mwadie.
Yes.
Went spoke, then I bought 2 trays of eggs. We got to the hostels by 6. By 7, diare ona itubere mwe. I had sold. The following day, I went for 10 trays. Sold those. Sasa I even got another new kware na hostels different. I even employed people in different hostels. And now from there, even one time dijikara my mama horeire dimo akaniuliza kama umeingia kwa shetani. You know, that is the narrative back home. Even when I bought my first car, which I was bought for by my husband, my mom called me literally akijira goma, because that is the narrative in the village. They sentence you when umejinua. Hata my brother alimuja share onaniegere. Where is this money even as we go for? Because people are literally suffering. So that is the narrative at home, and they attack my mother because they know she's spiritual. No nema komu approach. Mamwere atuoni vizuri huku unaweza uzwa nini, those fears kwa dariwa guoya.
Hakui mwatora ginya shopping mukoroka iko dikora isi ya ngoma isi.
Yeah. And you see me I love wearing short things. So at times we would go home at Amadhe atuzindikishi.
Oda konona inyenye mwe.
Neo maraya go kukuhora Nairobi. You know, those are the steps.
Yes,
but for me, my breakthrough was in campus. I was in the University of Nairobi choir. One time tulienda kuimbia Moi, when we are going home he gave us 100,000. Guy! Diako mimi nilikuwa naona kama kila mtu anaona niko na pesa. Nilikuwa nimezifinya. Yani we went another time to Mombasa. We really traveled this country. So my breakthrough, I was not actually in campus to study. For me,
yes,
it was business. And because mimi hata classes I attended hivi. One time I had not even sikuwa nimesoma na tulikuwa na exam. So I asked my friend anipatie Mwakenya yake nika photocopy. Can you imagine
Mwakenya we?
So when I went to photocopy the Mwakenya, when I came back the lecturer alikuwa amedish papers. So sikuweza kurudishia mwenyewe nini
kama Mwakenya. Guy,
we were enemies until we graduated. So for me, campus, I was not there for studies. That was not motivating me. But what I got from campus was a lot of network, seeing life in a different way. You know, mimi ungeingia kwangu, by then you would not have even associated me with where I'm coming from.
Okay. Yeah. And by that time, okay,
I'm even the one taking care of my siblings. Okay. Yes.
So, besiria nyingi wanyitire cia mbere ungeririkana ri? Ya biashara ya matumbĩ nda beshikana.
4,000.
Hey.
The third day.
The third day in business.
That's your doggy did. As in, nilivaa socks na nikazieka ndani because I was thinking zitaibiwa. As in, this is a lot of money. Where am I even taking it?
You need security.
So that was, and one time even one time I would make even 21,000 in a day. Yeah.
21 in a day. Turali horo agiri magana ta matandatu ma kindu in a month.
Yes, I even bought my first plot. I bought my first plot when I was in campus. I started doing shares. Because for me, when I came to Nairobi now, niliona lime. Yes. As in, things started now. That was then. And that's why I'm saying, at times in life, when you pass your problems, you think you're well. Yes. Una feel umehil, but that's a lie.
Okay. It's around 100 and something pages, 158 pages. How long did you take to kwandika ibuku rĩrĩ kana idea ya kwandika ibuku rĩu mĩrĩkũ?
Yoimire when I went for counseling. My counselor encouraged me nyajie ko journal. Oya karamu na ifuku ukaandika your thoughts, what hurts you. Like when I was going through the process of surgeries, I wrote a lot about I hate where I come from, I hate Embu. You know, how would someone think of this, you know? The last year, I started posting. I would take those captions, type from my journal, type and put on Facebook. So people would say, we are waiting for a book, write a book. And for me, I'm a storyteller. But I never thought I would ever write a book. But you see, one, nedajia kwadia about my story.
Yes.
But then mimi kitambo, even now when people are pissed off, I talk about my story. I'm worried because people used to tell me, you never talk about I never spoke about myself for many years. Ni kama tumekuja ofisi tufanye kazi tuende nyumbani. Stories zingine hakuna about my mother, sijui what. I never thought there was nothing to write home about. So when I started talking about my story, and so it was easier to put even on Facebook. So people would encourage me, do a book. We're waiting to buy a book. When are you launching your book? So every week I would post on something. And that's now what I picked. I went to the publisher. We sat down and we developed now the book. There is surgery available. It's expensive, but it's things that people can work towards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Namba ũgũtũhera haha kana nĩguo tũtigĩra tũmĩandĩke harĩa thĩ?
I can give you my number. 0721 843966. 0721 843966. You can also find me on Facebook, Evangeline Mukami. I am very active there. On Instagram, Evangeline Mukami. On LinkedIn, Evangeline Mukami. I have a cooking channel. You can follow me at Kami's Cooking Channel. Kami is Kamis Cooking Channel. Cooking is also therapeutic. For me, I found actually a lot of therapy and healing when I cook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nĩ thengiũ mũno makĩria na ndĩrenda kũnyita kabagi gaka gaku nĩ gathaka mũno
Thank you.
ga tũmabuku mwena ũcio nĩ karoneka o ũguo ndĩrakona nĩ gathaka mũno mũndũ agũrĩte kabuku agacoka ũgathiĩ nako gaka na nĩ wega andũ mathome, nĩ wega gũthoma, it's very important gũthoma tondũ mũndũ nĩ amenyaga oro kaũndũ. Ũngĩenda kũhithĩra mũkenya kĩndũ kĩhithe ibuku-inĩ ndagakĩona, nĩ wega tũtikahithagĩrwo maũndũ, ke tũthome mabuku. Nĩ tũkũgũra ibuku rĩrĩ ũrendia how much? It's 1,000 bob. Good. It's 1,000 bob, Scars of a Survivor. Thengiũ mũno makĩria nĩ gwĩtĩkĩra gũkorwo na ithuĩ na nĩtwacokia ngatho, na nĩnjũĩ this discussion no ĩgũthiĩ na mbere. Nĩnjũĩ nĩtwateng'eria hanini, but najua watu watasema no twende kũmeet Evangeline na rĩngĩ twaranĩrie. Thengiũ mũno makĩria nĩ tondũ wa mathaa. Ĩno nĩ kenlive.co.ke. nĩ gagũcokeria ngatho mũno makĩria nĩ gwĩtĩkĩra gũkorwo na ithuĩ na nginyagia tũgacemania ihinda rĩngĩ. Ngwamba gũgũtigĩra namba itũ nĩgetha ũngĩkorwo no wende kwaranĩria na ithuĩ na ũngĩkorwo wĩna kaũndũ kana wĩna a story, an inspiring story, kana ũrĩa story yaku ihana na no wende gũshare na ithuĩ nĩ 0723765522 0723765522. Niĩ ndirĩ ndĩracenjia rĩtwa, njĩtagwo Kenem wa kũraya.